some of the takeaways from the game, bro. Talking about Jackson Dart having some type of resurrection. After an ugly out last week, Dart bounced back with poise, efficient passing, decisive runs, and two rushing scores, showing real development under Kafka's system. Will they retain Kafka or will they search for another hit? What you think, bro? Staring into space, buddy. What happened?
Oh, Dart.
Did
Yeah,
you see that?
I'm sorry. I'm still hung up on these motherfuckers actually played their starters this game.
Yo, crazy.
Hey, I'm still hung up on that, but I mean, I do like what I see. I can't lie about that. Still need to add some more pieces. You know what I'm saying, for next year to be some contenders, because the way the NFC is looking, and not just the NFC East, the way the NFC is looking.
Yeah.
I mean, just look outside of the playoffs. Everybody is at least a game or two behind each other, from the 1 all the way to the 7. So New York, y'all want to slide in that conversation? You know what you got to do.
So you know what you gotta do. No, I mean for real they do. But I mean, look, I think they got pieces to build off of. I mean, Wandale Robinson had a good game. I mean, he had a nice breakout season actually. He had 113 yards receiving in that contest, but now he didn't win over 1,000 yards. That's the first time for him in his career. And so like I said, that's it's good. He was able to get that development and get those extra reps toward the end of the season, and be able to build that rapport with Dart. And so they have pieces to build around there. I mean, the special teams. What's his name? Deontay Banks. When he had that 95-yard kickoff return touchdown, instantly energizing the Giants. You know what I'm saying? And that might have just went on to set the tone for the dominant day. I don't know, but dominate they did. I mean, 34-10. Damn. How that mean? That's crazy. All that stuff. Las Vegas managed only a single touchdown and struggled to sustain any type of drive. And Geno Smith turning the ball over and ultimately exiting the game due to injury. They definitely it is a reason that they are 2-14. They definitely will be. I mean, what quarterback is? Do you think that there's a quarterback worthy of them to snatch with the draft pick they'll have? They'll definitely be in position to get the quarterback would want if they do want one. Because I mean, you watch more college than me. I mean, I don't know. You know some of the prospects a little better. What's their options here, man? You the Raiders? If you was the Raiders, would you go after a quarterback with your first round pick? And if so, which one would you go with, and why?
If I was the Raiders, yes.
Okay.
Now, who they gonna pick? But that's a good one. There's a lot of good quarterbacks coming out this draft. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. I know everybody would say by looking at college quarterback for Indiana, I can't remember his name. I have to look it up in a second. That would be the more so choice, but like I said, it's a lot of quarterbacks coming out this draft. A lot of quarterbacks didn't declare for so. But yeah, if I was the Raiders, I would definitely go try to get a quarterback. Definitely.
You know it'd
Going
be crazy if let's say they went with a veteran. But if the same thing happened last year, happened again this year. What I mean by that is last year, Seahawks quarterback was Geno Smith, and they sent him to the Raiders. What if they do it again? And they decide like, okay, Jalen Milroe is ready. That's our starting next. And then they get capital you know, for Darnold to a team who may want a veteran presence. And, That'll just be funny. It's like they just keep shipping they go to Seattle to go to Vegas. So you going to Vegas, baby? Get them out of
Hey,
here.
hey, that'll be crazy. That'll be crazy. But I ain't gonna lie.
Stranger things
I
have
do
happened.
know after a while, Jalen Milroe will be the quarterback for the
Mm-hmm.
Seahawks. It's just a matter of time of when.
Yeah.
Now,
I
if
mean,
that
barring injury, it could be sooner than we think. But if everything go well and they play out the season, I could see him. I think that's what they wanted. You know,
I
like
give
you
it
see
this.
Patrick, Lamar, Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love. A lot of people, set for their first year or whatever. So I think strategically he might be in a good position for it.
If the Seahawks can make it to the NFC East, the NFC Championship,
Mm-hmm.
they'll probably keep him for like another 2 years. But if they get out the first or second round, they'll probably keep him for that next year. Know what I'm saying? But we'll start seeing a whole lot more Milroe, and then after a while, we're just gonna see Milroe.
I can see that. I can see that going to that. Like, yeah, I can definitely see that. The problem was also that the Raiders didn't have. I mean, it was Max Crosby and Brock Bowers were both on injured reserve, and so they didn't have the pass rush that they needed, or they didn't have the offensive playmaker. And that just, I mean, it just turned everything into a one-sided contest because they're already depleted, and without that wasn't going to help them. But what we're going to do, we're going to jump into some of these player grades. Okay, so we start off with the Giants and Jackson Dart, quarterback. We'll give him an A minus. I think he had a very resilient and composed showing with 207 passing yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. He took what the defense gave him. Okay, moved the chains and managed the game exceptionally well under pressure. Wandale Robinson, the Giants wide receiver, I'm gonna give him a solid A. He had a career day production with 113 yards receiving. He had key catches throughout the game, passing now the 1,000-yard mark for the season, which is not often for a sub 5'9" receiver and a first in his career. Devin Singletary, the Giants running back, I'm going to give it a B plus. He was physical and decisive. He punched in a critical first quarter rushing touchdown to set the physical tone for the game. And on special teams, like we mentioned earlier, Deontay Banks, game changer, with a 95-yard kickoff return touchdown that flipped the momentum instantly and just energized the defense as it should. These type of special team plays always flip the script, get everybody hyped, get everybody going, the crowd go wild. It's like, that's what they do. And in an instant, you can change the whole momentum of the game. But the Giants' defensive front itself, like the defensive line and the linebackers, I'm gonna give them an A minus because they had consistent pressure and they was executing tackles efficiently. They stifled the Raiders' run game and forced quick passing situations. Geno Smith, the Raiders quarterback, I got to give him a D minus as he struggled to find rhythm. He had one touchdown to 2 interceptions, and he exited early with an injury. And I'm not faulting him for the injury, but with the lack of production from your quarterback, I can only grade for so much. And the way things were prior to it is not enough to me to overlook it. And when you look at the wide receiving core as a total, I mean, just collectively, you just have to grade the group as a C because they had limited impact with an occasional flash here and there, but really couldn't overcome any type of coverage, pressure, or any field position deficits. The Raiders defense also is going to get a C because they sacked and harried all afternoon. Persistent missed assignments and lack of push up front really kept them from making any type of major impact on this game. And then the Raiders special teams unit, that's a C minus. They allowed a momentum shifting return and offered nothing explosive in response. Coaching and game management for the Giants, a B plus. Captain's game squad, really played with urgency and discipline. The first sustainable team performance in a few weeks. So the fact that they still willing to put forth effort, they still willing to try, they still willing to fight hard. I give them a plus on that part. Is there any performance that stands out to you, bro, or anything that you want to add to like what I was saying?
Now, yeah, it's 34-10, but
Mm-hmm.
if I was to give anybody a little slack, it will probably be the Raiders defense. Simply because
They hurt.
Giants was playing their starters. The Raiders defense wasn't playing their starters.
And they
So
didn't
some of
have
these
Max
boys,
Crosby either. I mean, they
mm,
need him every
so some of these boys probably had limited playing time, or I hate to say
game.
it, probably didn't have no playing time. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Probably was still a rookie or whatever. Ain't nothing wrong with it, but I mean, hey, it shows some, resilience. I give them that. But one thing
I
I
mean, I
can't.
get it. I get it. I get it. But look, I mean, nonetheless, I mean, they both needed a boost of confidence from a win here, and the Giants was just the ones that was able to pull it off. I mean, it's a good, like I said, builder. I mean, if you're looking forward using that blueprint on how to build around it for a more balanced attack, for more aggression. Now, I mean, at this point in the season, looking at Vegas with all these losses and injuries, and the front office probably in a flux, and they have a huge off season ahead of them. Yeah, I mean quarterback. I mean it might be head coach. Could be some office change personnel. Where's the defense? I mean best thing that they. And you know what? I mean the best thing they got is Genty and Bowers,
They might not have Max no more either.
and that's what I'm saying. Because he trying to. I mean, I'm not gonna take Crosby still elite. I'm not. I'm gonna add him in there, but yeah, I mean, that's not enough. It's not enough. You need to get the culture over there going. I mean, y'all Vegas, man. Y'all got to party hard, man. You got to do it. But I mean, look, the Giants. I mean, like you were saying earlier, like how the win actually dropped them from the number one slot, and like you said, that's a twist in itself. They can have long term ramifications on their rebuild strategy. So we'll have to see how that plays out in the offseason and throughout the draft. But as far as their defensive identity on how they played this game, I mean, it seemed to emerge in some type of way as far as sack production and turnover creation. They were able to sustain pressure. I mean, those are some encouraging signs if this unit can stay healthy headed into 2026 and they can build around what they already have. And that's what I'm saying. I can see some of these key pieces really being built around. But as far as the Raiders, the injury to Smith and the way he was underperforming prior to it anyway, it's just real heavy on that quarterback situation, the backup quarterback. You still want to fix the offensive line because you don't want to bring nobody into a bad situation. You know, there's a lot of things to look at right here. This wasn't the best, but I mean the teams don't have the best of records. I mean, hell, what they done lost 27 games between them? Oh. The Giants will close out the season on the road while the Raiders host a tough opponent. Both teams now playing for pride and roster positioning more than postseason stats. It is postseason stakes, man. It is what it is, man. So the Giants play the Cowboys next, right?
Yeah.
They go to Dallas. Or Dallas coming in. Yeah, they go. No, Dallas coming in. So how you look at that game? How you looking at how you looking at that game? Cause don't nobody got nothing to play for, bro. I mean, look, we just go out here and play football. This just either I'm better than you or I'm not good. Hey, what if this another ball out like they had it to be when they don't got scattered? But I mean, no, Dallas ain't. I don't know. I think most of these boys is ready to go on vacation at this one, bro. Man, how you feel? What say you, bro?
I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying to see if Jerry gonna have his starters playing.
Assuming they do. I mean, what? They ain't going to postseason. What they sent down for? I ain't earned that. Them for postseason people. When you a bum, you gotta play.
Mm-hmm.
Bums play. Postseason people get the privilege. Called postseason privilege. No, I don't know. I think they're gonna. I think they might play. They just wanted to win, bro. I ain't ready going to the offseason with an L. This is the last thing on me. We're going to knock these boys out and get up out here. We're going to Coho.
Yep. That Prescott playing. So that means all the starters are gonna be playing.
Yeah, they is. I told you. You know this. You come to my no, I'm not saying. I'll beat y'all and go home. I don't like y'all. This is a divisional opponent too. No. If they were going in the playoffs, yeah. Oh, they're gonna play this game.
Damn, they reported that shit 252 yesterday.
Okay.
Dak Prescott is playing.
Let me see. Matter of fact, I got something I want to show y'all before we get out of here, man. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this open here. I got something. Show y'all. It was crazy. I seen this. I was like, did this really happen? You gotta tell me if it happened or not. Hold on. Yeah, I seen a video, man. They got the fighting in there, John. They said it was a crazy game. They was brawling. Like, what was going on, man? The niggas was wilding out there, Joe.
What that?
The Giants and the Raiders, Joe.
Oh shit, no, I ain't see that.
This John, this John. Hold on, I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna just put it on the screen. Look at this people, John. Look at this. All right, well, look. All right, so look. So it was like,
Oh. Yeah, they beat him. Where teammates? Where's teammates? Damn, Las Vegas.
crazy work. Hey,
Hey,
what
Philly ain't going
happens
for
in
that.
Vegas stays in Vegas.
Hey, Philly ain't going for that. Y'all, hell nah. Try to bully one out. Shit. Well, the whole team.
Hey, look, man. Hey, look. Hey, look, man. Look, hey, we can get up out of it. Look, that's another one in the books from Club 32. Look, whether you cheer or choke this week, we just break it down the only way we know how. Raw, real, no fluff, no filters. Thank you for coming through and rocking out with Club 32. We just fans to talk about the game, and you can come on here and do the same. And if you want to get on the show, just email us at club32gp@gmail.com. Subject line Club32 guest, or you can hit us up on all our social platforms, which I want to make sure you follow as well at Club32GP across the board, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. Stay connected with the club for all of our NFL breakdowns and for your chance to be a guest on the show and represent your squad the way they meant to be represented. Until next time, it's been real. And good luck with your team. We're going to talk about them too. Appreciate you. Be safe. We out.